I am going to do another reading vlog. This time, instead of doing my normal 24-hour reading vlog, I decided just to do a reading vlog based off of a book. One of the books I'm super excited about this year, or technically last year, I just didn't get to it, A Court of Silver Flames. I'm just gonna talk real quick. So it's been about a day. I got to read 25% of it already, and I have to say that if you've ever loved a series, it could be a TV show, it could be a movie, it could be a book, when you go back into that world, it's just so comforting. And I think a lot of people, especially on BookTube, are gonna understand that. But if it's Percy Jackson or Harry Potter or Twilight or I don't know, any sort of series, the minute that you open up a book and you get back into it, into that world with those characters, it's just so comforting. And I think for the first 25% of this book, that's definitely what I'm feeling. Like, nothing has happened. There's not much to say except for the fact that, like, I'm just excited to be back in the world of Sarah J. Maas and A Court of Thorns and Roses. First 25%, you get a little bit more backstory on the boys, the Bat Boys, Cassian, Azriel, and Reese. You get a little bit more of Nesta's background, just a little bit. I think as far as the first 25%, you're definitely getting where Nesta is now, and that is definitely alcoholic, definitely broken, PTSD. She has a lot of issues, and you're like getting into her mindset, and I think that is going to help with like set up the rest of the book. I am loving it so far. You know, the very few instances of smut has been nice, very subtle. Not so much. Okay, I'll take that back. Not subtle, but just a slight touch of smut in the beginning, which I really like. And I am understanding why everyone I follow on Bookstagram loves Cassian, because he is such a sweetheart, and I like it so far. Like, I like it so far. We already did like the whole who hurt you trope, and I'm in my happy place. What can I say? Yeah, we're just gonna get started. So this week, as far as like the reading vlog goes, I'm gonna finish this in a week. So this week, it is my son's birthday. My husband went back to work from being on the holidays. I am cleaning up and packing up, getting ready for moving to Georgia. As you'll see, I already did a little bit of my Etsy shop, sort of like I want to update some of the photos. That's behind me. I know it's a mess. And yeah, I'm excited to finish this book. Well, hopefully I can do it in a week. I think it's about 600, 700 pages. Yeah, 700 pages. We're just going to start this year off with the tomes. But anyways, glad to be back, and hopefully semi-regular video schedule. And I will talk to you guys very soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed this book gets good. It is day 3 of reading A Court of Silver Flames. I am almost halfway through. I'm hoping to do a little bit more reading this afternoon while my kids are asleep. But I felt like it was time for a reading update because I think we have gotten past like the introduction as far as like I'm just excited about being back in this world. And we've gotten to the filth, the smut, the sexy times. Let me tell you first off, it went from flirty to filth real fast. And Sarah J Maas made it very clear that this is an adult book. This is not a YA book. I know her Agatar series, the other half of it, was, I don't know, was labeled as a YA, and everyone was like, no, it's not. This one's definitely not, okay? That brings me to a point. So a lot of people were saying that it is too much smut, that they were saying that they weren't expecting it to be as dirty as it is. I, however, like, wouldn't expect anything else from Nesta. I mean, she doesn't strike me, if you've read the book, she doesn't strike me as like Elaine, who is like sweet and endearing and modest. Like, Nesta was never like that. I think you always got the sense that, even in the Agatar series, not even from her point of view, you always got the sense that she wasn't like that. She's always been very forward with what she wanted and what she needs, and it comes out in this, and I don't see an issue as far as how much smut's in here. I think that might be also because I came into this book knowing that lots of people had complained about that and expecting that from it and looking forward to that factor. But no, Nesta is still not my favorite character, but getting there because she's showing herself to be kind of like the badass bitch that she is. Yeah, and I appreciate it. So we're continuing reading. I'm almost halfway through, third day reading it, not too bad. I have like another hour before my kiddo gets up. We're gonna go for a walk. His birthday went well. But yeah, I'm enjoying this quite a bit, I have to say. Definitely enjoying Cassian, definitely enjoying Nesta. And I don't know if it's really a spoiler, because you see it all over social media if you're into booktube and bookstagram and book talk. She's getting her girl gang together right now, so that's where we're at. We're at girl gang time, which is really funny that I'm more interested in the relationship with Nesta and other people than I am about the plot of this book. So the plot of this book is basically like a, not even a quest, but more like a treasure hunt for 3 parts of an ancient trio, almost like, as funny as it is, the Deathly Hallows, and sort of like more of the alliances within the fairy courts, which is interesting. I kind of zone out during those times because, like I said, I didn't come to this book for that. I didn't come for another plot like I did with Agatar. I came to this one for Nesta and Cassian, and to be back with these characters and in this world, and to see the character development, and to read some fairy smut. I'm not above saying that. So, cheers. I'm going to continue reading, and I will get back to you soon with a reading update. Hi guys, actually with a very quick reading update. I've got one boy in the bouncer and another boy eating breakfast at the table, which really means playing with bikes at the table. It was a choice to have 2 kids. It was a choice. Oh God. Okay. Anyways, I want to come to you guys. Let me have a sip of coffee. This is my 3rd cup today, so bless your heart. Because I have thoughts. I love the way that Nesta is written, to be honest with you. Mama's gonna sit down. So last night, I got about 75% in more. Really should have thought about that decision because I stayed up way too late. Oh, child. I'll be back with you in a second. Hold on. So I actually have a lot of thoughts. Excuse the mess. Like I said, we're moving, so I'm trying to clean everything at least once. But I loved the chapter with Nesta, and I believe it's a nymph. So often in books, especially with young adult fantasy books, like the main character gets his powers, their powers, they're the chosen one, they are, you know, thrust into training for like a week and then expected to win a war, and more than normally they do. I love myself some Percy Jackson, but Percy Jackson taking down a Minotaur on his way to camp is a prime example of that. Boy hadn't even yielded a sword once, but suddenly has magical powers that can train him in this way, right? But Nesta in this chapter pees her pants when she meets a nymph, and this is after months of training with Cassian. And to be honest with you, that was the most realistic fight scene I have ever read, and I really appreciated it. Like, it was amazing. Like, and I think that's the aspect of this book that I love so much, is like, she's training. She literally has the power of death. She's the queen of death, all right? Which is amazing on its own, but she doesn't know how to yield that power, so you don't see that power. And I love that, all right? So like, there's a scene where she's like punching a dummy, right? And Cassian's watching, and they're talking or whatever, and she gets pissed off and she walks off. And Cassian and I think it was Ares walk up to the dummy, and it is like smoldering with like this ice fire, and she has no control over it, so therefore she can't use it. Like, she can't use his power because she doesn't have control over it. So she is training just like everybody else is, and she sucks just like everybody else does. And I love that. I think it is beautiful. It is amazing. It is intriguing. It is fun to watch. It is fun to read, and I love it. Also, I love Nesta. I'm a Nesta convert. I think being inside of her head really shows like what she's going through, the trauma she's going through, the tragedy that she understood. I think like a lot of people didn't like this because they're like, oh, it's just Nesta drinking and doing the nasty. And I don't think that's the case. I think this is Nesta taking her journey to realize that she has people around her that actually care for her, and she doesn't need to be so closed off. But also, like, she's a badass bitch. I'm sorry. And like, she's a nice badass bitch. I think that's the thing too. Like, the whole inner circle didn't realize that she's actually nice. So when she meets her like girlfriends and they start hanging out and training together, like, you get to see that aspect of her, and I think other people got to see that aspect of her, and they appreciated it just as much as a reader does. So Nesta's on my good list. Cassian is a heartthrob. Big old teddy bear. I love teddy bears. Anyways. Okay, so real quick, but I'm 75% through now, and I gotta say, Cassian is the perfect example of loving a woman who is healing. And I love him more than anything. Like, he is beautiful. He's a beautiful, beautiful man. Okay, more later, but just had to pop in and say that real quick, because that's what I was thinking about while I was driving. Sweet, precious man. I'm already back. Not with a reading update, but besides just generally still being in love with Nesta. My book of the month just showed up. It's the only book subscription I have, so don't be expecting unboxings anytime soon. But I decided to do this one on this vlog because I just came up with a really cool idea like a couple weeks ago about doing like sample series. So basically like reading, the idea is to read 3 books from one author. And you guys already saw that I have The Four Winds back there by Kristen Hanna. I'm going to reveal my next 2 picks for next month. And that's going to be Kristen Hanna, The Nightingale, which I think everyone has heard of, and The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, which I think is like an Eat, Pray, Love sort of feeling. No, it's not. It's Alaska again in the 1970s this time. I'm down for it. I like Alaska. See, this is what I meant by like, I'm only going to pick 3, but I know that like most generally well-known authors have like these mini published books. But anyways, yeah, I got these 2. And my actual book of the month pick is Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. This will be my first Rachel Hawkins book, but I read Home Before Dark in another vlog in October, and I figure why not give another thriller a chance. Last year was the year of the romances. Maybe this year will be the year of the thrillers. I don't know. You tell me. We'll find out. But I'm going to give this a try. I know this cover matches some of her other books too, so maybe she might be another author I need to read to get all the matching covers. We'll see how this book goes, but excited to dive in on this one here soon. But definitely got to get started on these chunkers if I'm going to read them for next month's video. They're probably both about 400 pages. Yeah, about 400 pages. Not too bad, but yay! Hi guys, I am going to film my outro for my reading vlog. It's been about 2 days since the last time you saw me, just FYI. I kind of like to close on my reading vlogs a couple days later so I can give you full account of what I thought. I'm gonna do this really quick because I feel like I talked a lot during this vlog. I read, obviously, A Court of Silver Flames. I am just gonna breeze through this, like I said. So, Cassian is a teddy bear and deserves all the love that he receives. Nesta is a badass. I completely understand all of the smut in this book because her personality matches the smut. The smut in this book is pretty damn good. It's filthy. It's awesome. I appreciated it. The girl gang, love the girl gang. I can do that trope all day long because it was really good. I loved it. The training sequences were really awesome. I love the fact that Nesta has supernatural, super crazy powers and doesn't know how to wield it, so we see her struggling with doing the basic sword play because she just doesn't know how to use her powers, and that is awesome and realistic, and I appreciate that as a fantasy lover. The ending was kind of the downside for me, I'm not gonna lie. The last 75% definitely took it down a star. I felt like there was a lot of plot conveniences in the last 25% of the book. I didn't like where it went. I didn't quite care for the plot, to be honest with you. Like, I loved the character development. I loved seeing the characters interact. I loved all like the Bat Boys in this book and like the backgrounds you get with them. I thought all of that was amazing. You get to learn more about all the characters, and I loved that. Did not quite care for the plot, to be honest with you, and I think that shows. I think it shows that the plot was kind of backseated because you got so many like plot conveniences and like it wrapped up so quickly in the last 25%. Didn't care for it at all, to be honest with you. I don't know where this next book is gonna go because there's probably gonna be a whole series based on this book. By the way, it wrapped up at the end of this one. I don't know where they're gonna go with that. I'm intrigued, to say the least. I will read another one if there's just as much smut. Another controversial point of this book was Rhys and Feyre's pregnancy. I guess I'll touch on it real quick. I haven't seen a lot about the controversy. I haven't read a lot, watched a lot. So correct me if I'm wrong, but the issue is that Rhys never told Feyre that the baby that they had could kill her. I don't have an issue with it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think that Rhys and Feyre, with their supernatural mating, like, relationship, I think Rhys would know if Feyre didn't want the baby in the first place or didn't want to take that risk. And then secondly, I don't think it was Rhys's job to do that. I think it was Maedra's job. I think it was the healthcare worker, the nurse, that should have told her that the baby is actually going to kill her. Not just tell her it was going to be a risky labor. Like, that's BS. Yeah, like, the ending was kind of weird. I don't know. I didn't understand why they did what they did, because in my head, Feyre's baby has wings because she was in Illyrian form when they had sex. Got it. Cool. And they didn't want to risk her changing into that form again because of the baby. But I feel like last minute, she probably could have changed, especially when labor started and had delivered the baby. I don't know, because at that point, like, what's risky about her changing? Like, what's gonna happen? But anyways, I thought that was kind of unnecessary. Sorry. But yeah, no, I really like this book. I hope you guys had fun coming along with me. I didn't... No. Hope you guys had a lot of fun coming along with me. I like doing the reading vlogs. It's a little bit of fun to... I always like watching them, to be honest with you. I like seeing what other people are up to and getting like a look into other people's lives. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. Tell me what I should do next. If I should do more reading vlogs, what you liked, what you didn't, so I can adjust as necessary. And thanks for coming along with me this week. I had a lot of fun, especially reading a honking freaking 750-page book in a couple days. Motivation. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button, hit the notification button, and comment down below what you thought about this book if you read it, or if you plan on reading it based on what I have to say about it or not. Yeah, I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.